What's up, guys? It's Wolf with the Quarantine, and today I have a mobile review for you by the name of Red7 for iOS and Android. It's brought to you by a company named Silver Bullet Games. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Red7, it is a card game that the company has actually adapted to a mobile game. And the point of the game is you're basically just trying to win by the end of your turn, if that makes sense. So let's just go straight over to gameplay and I'll explain how it works. Okay, well, as you see here, I'm just going to kind of have some gameplay going in the background. And the point of the game is, by the end of your turn, you have to be winning by the current rules. And the way the rules are is you have cards in your hand with numbers on them, and then the color of the card corresponds to what the card does. And on the left hand side you'll be able to click on it and it'll pull over a little overlay thing to remind you just what every color does. And the symbols on the card correspond to what that is as well. So red cards, for example, the highest card wins. So if at the end of your turn, if you have the highest card on the table, ties are dictated by this color wheel, and the highest is higher, so a red beats a purple, for example. So if I had a red 7, that is the highest card in the game, essentially. And you know, the orange would be same number. So if you have if you have 4 3s, you're technically winning. And then you have same color, same exact thing. If I have 3 yellows in front of me, I'm winning, or 3 reds, or whatever. And then even cards, different colors, cards in a row, and cards below 4. So if that makes any sense. So the way the game winds up working is you can discard a card to change the rule according to whatever the color is, and you can play a card in front of you. But by the end of your turn, you have to be winning or you're just out of the round. So I'll go ahead and play through a couple rounds here so you can see. But that is pretty much how you play the game. The game is going to continue until there's one person standing. So I'll go ahead and show a few seconds of gameplay here so you can see, and then we'll move to my final thoughts. Alright, Red 7. Well, I have to admit I actually really like Red 7. There's one thing I didn't mention in the overview is there's a couple different variations of the game where you can play an advanced version with some new rules. Then you have a symbol version, or can't remember what it's called, but it adds these little symbols to it that also change gameplay. And then you can play to points, first one to 40 points, and stuff like that. And then you also can play against AI, or you can do a pass and play against other players. And that's a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed it. And each game, I'm wanting to say, lasts like 2 minutes. It's really quick. If you gotta run to the bathroom at work, it gives you something to do, stuff like that. Like, for example, me, where I've been moving recently, it gave me a chance to, you know, when I sat down for a few minutes to relax or whatever, pull out my phone, play a couple games of Red 7. It's that simple, really quick, really easy, and honestly quite a lot of fun. And like I mentioned, the game's only $2.99, so I mean I've paid way more for games that I'll probably wind up playing less, if that makes sense. I don't know if my words didn't work there, but you know, it's only $2.99. It's a lot of fun. Now, the game does have a few bugs. For example, it seems to have a tendency the AI will just kind of hang up for no reason. There's also one that I kept coming into is if you play a card in front of you first before you discard to change the rule, sometimes it doesn't like to do that, so you got to back up and then change the rule first and then play a card and stuff like that. And the AI always seems to, of course, do the optimal move, stuff like that. But the developers have messaged me a couple times, let me know certain things that have been updated and so on and so forth. So they are actively working on the game to fix issues that people report and stuff like that. But overall, the game is really fun. It's a great little game to, you know, pass around at you go over to a friend's house and you're waiting for somebody to set up a big game. You know, you're going to play Star Wars Rebellion or something, and somebody's setting it up. And, well, it's a bad example because it's a 2-player game, but you get the idea. You know, you and everybody else can start passing your phone around and play a quick little game of Red 7 while, you know, one person sets up a game. And that's what it works really well for. And then, on top of that, the game is just very enjoyable. So, yeah, I definitely recommend Red 7. It is on, again, iOS and Android. That is my review for Red 7 on mobile platforms. If you like my channel and would like to support me, I got a Patreon right here. Any support definitely helps. If you can like, comment, subscribe to my channel, in my description I will also have my Twitter and my Twitch. If you want to follow me out there, that would be pretty sweet. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time in the quarantine.